It is nearly impossible for a game in any sport to be considered a classic without at least a little bit of late drama. There are no such worries facing the nominees for this year's Best Finish Award, which include a banked-in buzzer beater, an unthinkable coaching call, and a game that would simply never end.
Best Finish. Wisconsin at Michigan.
No more fouls for Michigan with 5.4 left. They've shaved 16 seconds off this last possession. Taylor tied up. He finds Gasser with a twin. Oh my goodness, off the window. Wisconsin survives. And like a needle to the balloon, Michigan's deflated.
I knew he was going to get a shot off, and Josh is he's a tough kid, and I knew he was going to give it a good shot. I looked online, so I was like, man, it's got a good shot. And it went down, and I just wanted to tackle him.
Wisconsin survives.
Notre Dame at Michigan State.
This is going to be a 46-yard field goal attempt to try to send it to a second overtime. It's a fake. Bates is going to throw. He's got a touchdown! Michigan State wins it in overtime. The call of the year. Aaron Bates to Charlie Gant. I know we're only 3 weeks into the season, but if you see any more guts than that the rest of the year, give me a call.
Illinois at Michigan.
Now we're in the third overtime. This time it's Shaw. Right at the chalk. He's in! Touchdown, Michigan! And the Wolverines take the lead back. Now you have to go for two. Forcier rolls. Floats it in the end zone. He's got it again to Hemingway. Illinois has to get in the end zone, and they have to go for two. LaShore. He's in! Touchdown!
It's just all going to come down to the two-point conversion. You got one play, you need one stop.
Shieldhouse will try and throw for the two. He's under pressure. Nowhere to go! Michigan wins it!
They finally decided to come with the blitz. Sweet victory.
Michigan and Rich Rodriguez finally gets a chance to celebrate. 67-65 the final.
In one of the toughest categories to pick which nominee truly stands out, the winner for Best Finish of the Year, Michigan State, and the Spartans' thrilling overtime victory against Notre Dame.
Notre Dame at Michigan State.
Nicknamed Little Giants after the movie of the same title, this was an ending even Hollywood might have a tough time believing. Down 3 and facing a game-tying field goal try against Notre Dame, Mark D'Antonio made the call of the year in college football, and his team executed the fake field goal to perfection. Holder and former high school quarterback Aaron Bates threw a strike, and sure-handed Charlie Gant made the catch as these Spartans etched an indelible moment in Michigan State history. We are joined now by the man who made that call, Michigan State head coach Mark D'Antonio. Mark, before we get into reliving the play, I want to go through the names of some of your trick plays. This one was Little Giants. We saw Mousetrap be successful later in the year against Northwestern. Who gets the really cool job of getting to name these plays?
Well, I think it really basically comes down between Mark State and who's now our offensive line coach, and myself. We just sort of think them up as we go. But we started doing that probably 4 years ago, and just sort of players have fun with it a little bit. Not that we always call them, but it gives us an idea to practice them a little bit and just throw things around. So we've done it that way.
Do you recall what the reaction was from the team, from the players, when you said we're going to run Little Giants? What did their eyes look like when you made that call?
Well, Bates just sort of looked at me, and I said, yep, and he said, okay. And then a couple of guys, I think Le'Veon Bell, and that's why the clock got so close down, he sort of questioned whether we were going to do it, so it took a couple extra seconds off the clock. But, everything got very, very, very quiet. Really, nobody knew that we were doing it. I would say probably our football team, for the most part, as Bates was going on, I grabbed him and said, run it. As it sort of shook loose, it all happened very, very fast, but a little bit surreal. And, I saw Gant break open. I knew that Bates would deliver it. If you go back and you look at all the different fakes that Aaron Bates has been involved with, I think that going all the way back to when he was a freshman, there's probably about 6 or 7. He's money on all of them. So I knew that would not be the problem.
Mark, as you look back now on that play, that game, and the season as a whole, can you quantify what that play, that win, and the emotion of that victory may have meant to you guys as you run through one of the most successful seasons in program history, first Big Ten championship in 2 decades?
When you look back at it, I think that particular play probably gave us a little bit of confidence, a little bit of boost that, regardless of what would happen throughout a football game, we got a chance to win. Just execute. And I think that belief and that faith in our football team sort of carried on throughout the year, and it served us well in a lot of close games throughout the football season.
He is the coach behind the best finish of the year, Michigan State's Mark D'Antonio. Coach, thanks so much for the time, and we look forward to seeing what other tricks you have up your sleeve in the coming seasons at Michigan State.
All right, guys. Thanks for having us on.